Construction equipment to meet the new and emerging demands of the industry, Volvo took the challenge head on. Today, we are the leading seller of compact electric machines, and we are continuing to expand our electric and sustainability-powered options. This morning, we have an expert that's focused specifically on compact electric wheel loaders. Arnaud Michel, Electromobility Product Manager, is with me today. Welcome, Arnaud. How are you?
Thanks, fine. Are you?
Good, good. It's nicer today. It's not raining, right?
Wonderful day here.
Now, we have a session later about our compact electric excavators. So right now, we're going to focus on the loaders, the electric loaders. So everyone, be sure to stick around immediately following. We have a walk around with a Q&A session to get your questions answered. You can submit them at any time using the chat feature. Let's check out this pre-recorded video that's coming right now. Watch this.
Welcome to the Customer Center, Volvo Construction Equipment, here in Shippensburg in Pennsylvania. I'm here in the Innovation Hall, the entrance of our Customer Center, and behind me I have the latest products from Volvo Construction Equipment, an electric ECR25 and an electric L20. So the most questions customers are asking, or the top 3 questions is, what is the performance, what is the runtime, and what is the charging time? So let's look a little bit deeper into this, or I will explain a little bit more. So performance, and that's real data we have, and it's real feedback from real operators. The performance feels better on the electric machines. If you look at the brochures, compare the diesel equivalent machine with the electric machines, the specs are exactly the same, but the machines feel better. The electric machines feel more active, more powerful than the diesel equivalent machines, and it makes sense because they're driven by an electric motor, and electric motors can provide instant torque, instant flow, instant pressure, and the machines are very fast, reactive, and they feel very strong. We will have a link here, so you can look up the specs and compare it yourself. The next question asked is, what is the runtime of the machine? Volvo is an OEM supplier of electric machines. We did extensive testing of the machines, so we had one ECR25, one compact wheel loader out in North America, running with real operators in real applications, in various applications. During this testing, the operators needed to write a daily report, and they need to state when they started working, when they finished working, what was the charge level at the beginning, at the end, how many operating hours they accumulated per day. And we could see regularly they stated they run between 4 to 6 hours on one charge. And that's more than enough for this size of machines. And the next question we usually get is, what's the charging time of the machine? So we offer AC charging and DC charging for our machines. And then, for example, on 240 volt, which is available everywhere, charging time for both machines behind me is 6 hours. If you go to DC charging, charging time is 1 hour for the compact excavator and 2 hours for the compact wheel loader. So the compact excavators, the ECR25s, are already available here in the North American market. The L2025s are just coming in, and we will have the EC18, ECR18 coming in early 2023. And we already delivered machines to our customers. We delivered machines to rental houses, and the first ECR25 delivered full electric machines in the 6,000 pound class was in the New England area to Walden Hill, a customer who really loves electric equipment. Okay, this was the introduction of the machines inside. We will meet outside, where we'll do a walk around the machines, and we will get into details. I can show you the major components and how the machines are set up. Welcome outside here. So now we are outside here at our customer center in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. That's our playground we have here. So here we have an area where we can operate or have customers coming in and dealers coming in, operating, test driving our machines. Important to know is that 80% of all the parts are the same between the diesel and the electric machines. Main difference, of course, is it doesn't have a diesel engine. It has lithium-ion battery pack, and it has 2 electric motors. One electric motor running the hydraulic pump for the work hydraulics, so it's steering, boom bucket function, third function, and the attachment bracket. And one electric motor mounted over the rear axle, driving the power shaft between the front and the rear axle. And we have all-wheel drive, and it's an electric-driven machine. So for example, if you roll downhill, the electric motor becomes a generator, and it's charging the batteries. Let's have a look at the main components. So in here we have the battery pack, which replaced the diesel engine. So we have 6 racks of batteries, lithium-ion batteries, state-of-the-art technology, similar as used in automotive. Here we have the onboard charger, we have some ECUs, we have a cooling fan for the work hydraulics, and we have a small radiator because one of the electric motors is water-cooled. And now let's meet at Conexpo in Las Vegas, where we can answer all your questions and you also can operate machines and feel how strong the machines are.
It's really exciting to see these electric machines like this doing projects similar to their diesel counterparts. And in some instances, all new projects where diesel power really isn't an option. Now, we're ready now to start answering questions. So to kick things off while the questions are coming in from the chat, what type of applications are these new electric wheel loaders ideal for?
Actually, we can go in every application. We can go in the food industry, we can go into agriculture, but we are also in municipality applications, so inner cities, tunnels, everything where you're also indoor. So we have multiple possibilities where we can go with our machines.
Are there more possibilities?
There are more and further possibilities. So
With
it's
electric.
not just the traditional construction site. So it's much more.
Wow, oh, I'm super excited. Earlier, I mentioned electric wheel loaders working in applications where diesel's models can't. Can you explain some of the types of the new applications specifically? What are some of the new applications?
So one typical application is the indoor part or in tunneling. So also when it comes to what I said before, the food production is also much better to do with non-exhaust gases like farming and these kind of things. So they are much pretty in the forefront of this.
And also, I assume it's quieter too, right?
Of course.
Wow.
It's unbelievable how quiet these machines are. And no vibrations there, and it's absolutely a wonderful drive with this.
Now, I had interviewed somebody earlier in the week. We were talking about, actually you'll see them later, the husband and wife that own a farm, and they could actually talk to each other even though the machine's running because it's so quiet.
Yeah.
And same capacity here as well, right?
Absolutely.
So that's
absolutely.
a safety feature, I would assume.
Of course. The communication with the outstanders is so important in that kind of application. So it's absolutely good.
And you can see it working right here.
Oh yeah.
Pretty spectacular. That is amazing.
There you can see how precise they can work and how smooth are the movements.
So what's the charge? We get this question all the time. How long does a charge last? Obviously, you're in the middle of wherever trying to work on this.
So the charging goes on with 240 volt. We are up to 6 hours, once again from 0 up to 100%. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, and with the fast charger, we need maximum 2 hours, and you are absolutely then up and running once again.
So a lot of these machines spend a lot of day idling. Is that an issue with electric machines?
This is absolutely not an issue. From experience, we know that diesel machines in this size, they are idling 30-35%, yeah? And this is actually fuel consumption and
Over a
everything.
day.
Of the day, and that means also at the end maintenance costs, yeah? And this is absolutely down to zero, because in that moment when you stop working, you stop driving the machine, after a few seconds, the machine is off.
And it's not using the charge.
Exactly, no consumption at all.
So even though you get 6 hours of use out of it, you actually get a longer day, correct?
Of course, because the
'Cause it's
6
not
hours,
idling.
what we are saying is 100% working then, yeah? No
Yeah.
idling time. This is just the extra,
This is
what,
extra.
what we had then normally on the diesel.
Do we know what the difference is? If it's, normally it's idling 30% of the time.
Approximately, yeah.
That's huge.
That's huge,
A
yeah.
lot of diesel being used while it's just sitting there idling.
And that's we are on the machine and everything, and it's maintenance cost at the end.
Yeah. Wow.
So we have customers actually saying, I use my machine 800 hours per year, yeah? And then they swap to an electric machine, and then they're suddenly down to 500.
Yeah.
And that's a
And they
huge
realize
aspect.
huge, and the expense too as well. Of
course.
So how do people determine the size that they want, whether they need an L25 or an L20 wheel loader? What's the size difference? What would you recommend? The
Yeah,
differences?
of course, this is depending on the request of the customer. So of course, the 25, we have much more power than in the 20. There's also a certain weight when you need this. So this is really we have to look there on the application, what fits better to the application of the customer. Is it a 20 or is it a 25?
And what would be the application difference for the 20 and the 25? Like, would someone...
We can do both sides of jobs. It's just what is the requirement, of course.
What do they need? Yes,
yeah.
Got it. And what about sustainability? Like, I interviewed Volvo executives and they talked about Volvo's commitment to sustainability. So what's next for the electric wheel loaders from that perspective, and Volvo for sustainability?
Of course, the direction is clear. We are going 100% into electrification in the next coming years. So we will come with new products. We will come with replacing the diesel machines more and more and more in our segments here.
So we really will see more models in the future as well.
Yes, yes, and we are working on this.
Yeah.
And there's more to come, definitely.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's coming?
No,
oh,
no.
Come on.
Sorry for this, sorry for this.
I tried, I really did try.
But I can promise, we are in the forefront and more to come.
More to come. Well, on that, really, thank you, Arno. I really appreciate it for showing us the Volvo compact electric wheel loader lineup. This technology has been discussed for so long, and now it's exciting that it's making its way onto job sites all around the world. If you want to build and price one of these machines, check out the tools section further down the screen. And just a reminder that we'll do a similar walk around with the Q&A session for our Volvo compact electric excavators in just over an hour. Be sure to add that event to your calendar. Up next, we'll discuss the various charging solutions we offer to keep your electric machines up and running strong. So stick around, we'll be right back.